What is up everybody, it's your boy Cameron Bash here and welcome back to the Movement channel. Today, we've got a pretty exciting WWE 2K22 video in store for you all, as in this one. We're going to be talking about some of the biggest stories to come out about this game in its entire road to launch. That's right folks, we're talking big news today, as we're going to be discussing two of the most sought after topics that the wider WWE games community has been asking for, that being the full roster reveal for this game, as well as reports relating to even more DLC characters that are allegedly going to be a part of this game. So to start us off here today, let's talk about the full roster reveal that is planned for WWE 2K22. This has perhaps been the most talked about topic out of everything on the road to 2K22's release, and there are a lot of reasons for that. A full roster reveal, something that confirms every single character that is going to be in the game, is something that fans of the WWE games franchise have become accustomed to over the years. It's nice to know who's going to be in the game and who's not, so you know which people you're going to get to play as when the game comes out, and it also gives you a pretty good idea if there are going to be any new entrances or moves in the game that can then be used for your custom superstars. However, the idea of a complete and full roster reveal is something that has been thrown into the whirlwind for 2K22, and that is because of the real-life WWE. You see, over the course of 2020 and 2021, WWE has been on a rampage, releasing superstars from their contract left and right. In fact, they have released over 120 people since 2020, with even more people already having left the company in 2022. So you can imagine that decisions like this are going to have consequences for the video game version of WWE's roster. At this time, we do know that a couple of released superstars are apparently going to be in the game, such as Karrion Kross and Keith Lee, and if you'd like to see our videos covering these superstars being in the game, we'll leave a link to them in the video description. But it's those people's inclusion in the game that many people theorize is the reason that 2K have not yet been able to do a full roster reveal for 2K22, because many of those people at this time work for rival promotions, and it'd be a bit counterproductive to actively advertise someone who now works for somewhere else. However, that theory seems to be all but dried up at this time, as a recent tweet from WWE Games accounts confirms that a full roster reveal is on the way. The tweet reads, "We heard you and are as pumped as you are. Full roster list next week. Stay tuned. In the meantime, feel the flow like Naomi and join our TikTok challenge." And if you're looking for more information on that TikTok challenge, you can check out this video in our description down below. So with this tweet that includes this sweet in-game image of Naomi, we have our first official confirmation that a full roster reveal will be coming, and it's coming next week. Now we have double checked the language here just to make sure there's no room for misunderstanding the tweet, as was with the case with the ratings reveal they did on Up Up Down Down a few weeks ago, but there doesn't seem to be any trickery trying to be done here, and this tweet does simply confirm that the full roster list will be coming next week, which is very exciting to hear. If we had to guess, we would imagine that the roster list will come in this type of format, just like it was for WWE 2K Battlegrounds. If you don't remember, this game was released at a time where many of the names on this list had been released from the company, with Sting in particular actually being in AEW by the time he was added to the game. This format seems to be the most appropriate way to do things, as it doesn't draw attention to any one name in particular, so they can slip in all of the release names without really making a big deal out of them. So that is the news regarding the full roster reveal that we'll be covering on the channel when that happens next week, so make sure you're subscribed ready for that. But moving on from there, we have some very interesting reports regarding DLC for WWE 2K22. Now please bear in mind that the news we're talking about today are just rumours and haven't been confirmed by 2K at this time, but they are interesting rumours nonetheless, and sound like they could be plausible, so we thought we'd check them out to see what they have to say. The report comes from Mike Straw of Sports Gamers Online, where he says, WWE 2K22 launches on March 11th, and while 2K has yet to reveal the entire roster to everyone, there are new details about a superstar scheduled to be a part of the game's post-launch DLC. Multiple sources close to the game's development have told SGO that 2022 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Ronda Rousey, is planned to be a part of one of the last WWE 2K22 DLC roster packs. The report goes on to state that 2K wanted to include Rousey as part of the main game, as she was in WWE 2K20, but as there wasn't any certainty of her return to the WWE, it wasn't something that they were able to do. In all honesty, I don't think fans would be too happy with this move, as people are usually never happy about needing to pay extra for characters they've had for free in previous games, so hopefully, if she is going to be paid DLC, she'll at least have a brand new model and entrance to go with her. The article concludes with Mike Straw stating that he has learned about another apparent superstar who's meant to be included as DLC, but when reaching out to his sources about it to confirm the name, he was ignored and met with one person quote unquote playing dumb, so wasn't able to confirm the name at that time. However, Mike did follow up with another article one day later, where he discusses more names that he's heard are planned for DLC in 2K22. In this article he says, current NXT champion Bron Breakker, NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes, and former NXT Tag Team champions MSK have been planned to be post-launch content for some time. When WWE made the transition from black and gold version of NXT to NXT 2.0, they were 4 superstars that the company requested to be included in the game. Our understanding is that the developers had no issues getting them ready for addition. I don't think any of these names really come as a surprise to most people, as many people were speculating that an NXT 2.0 pack would be on its way into the game following the rebranding of NXT in 2021. However, it is nice to hear that WWE themselves were such big supporters of wanting to get these people into the game. Later on in the article, Mike also talks about a handful of legend that he's heard talked about for the game, where he says, aside from previously reported Umaga and the Boogeyman, 2 more names that are planned are WWE Hall of Famer Yokozuna and WWE legend Vader. There are other names that SGO has heard, but has been unable to confirm as of writing. Definitely some interesting names there that we'd love to see included in the game, but remember guys, all of these names that we've discussed here today coming from these Sport Gamers Online articles are just rumours and speculation at this moment in time until 2K come out and say something for themselves. We'd like to thank our friend and fellow content creator, Smack Talks, for bringing these articles to our attention. But with that guys, that's going to do it for this video. Before you head off, we'd love to hear your thoughts on everything that we've discussed here today. Are you excited for the full roster reveal next week? And what do you think about these rumoured names for the WWE 2K22 DLC? Be sure to leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe for more 2K22 content. Thanks very much for watching this video guys, and we'll see you soon for another one.